But we've got a management waiting by to chat with us. Manappuram Finance has reported a good quarter this time around. Kapil Krishna, the CFO of the company, joins us on the show now. Good afternoon and thanks so much for joining in. First, let me start with the company's AUM growth. That has come in at a healthy 29%. Do you believe it's sustainable?
Yes, as you know that we have been guiding for at least 20 to 25% AUM growth, and we are slightly ahead of that. So we maintain our guidance of 20 to 25% growth over the next 3 to 5 years.
All right. Hi, Mr. Krishnan. Thanks so much for joining in. Your microfinance book, that's looking quite good. That's grown close to around 23%, I think, on a sequential basis. And that, I think, is driving your NIMs as well. The NIMs look better because of that. What's the outlook on the microfinance book? What kind of a percentage are you looking to maintaining in terms of the total book? And your NIMs will subsequently improve if, in fact, you increase your weightage to the microfinance book. Could you give us some outlook on that?
Yes, you see the microfinance book was 1,000 crores in March 16, and we will grow by 250 crores at least every quarter. So it should be 2,000 crores, which is double by end of FY17. The ROA there is around 4.5%, but in fact the gold loan ROA is also the same. It's not that the performance is being pulled up by microfinance. So in fact gold loan ROAs are also slightly higher than that right now.
Your gross NPAs at I think 0.8% of the AUM would be at multi-year lows. What's the outlook on that? Can we expect a further improvement, or are you seeing some caution currently?
No, you see, this is despite accounting for it at 90 days. Mm-hmm. We are 2 years ahead of the RBI stipulation for NBFCs. Mm-hmm. And as you know, the gold loan business is fully collateralized. So unlike the many players in the banking and financial services sector, we do not face problem of NPA in our businesses, even gold loan and even in microfinance. Microfinance is 0.15 actually. And the gold loan also, whatever this NPA is, it is actually a good customer who has paid interest, which is why we have not sold the collateral.
Okay. Well, what is your total auction book losses, sir, for the past quarter?
Nothing, because we have shifted to a short-term product just to do away with auction losses, because there are some customers, as you know, we have a bullet loan. Some customers may not want to pay the interest on a monthly basis.
Right.
So if it is a longer term loan, it can go out of money if the gold price dips. So in shorter term product, we do not foresee auction losses.
Okay, stay on, Mr. Krishnan. Some news coming in from the Oil Ministry which pertains to ethanol, which is why Praj Industries is reacting positively. Praj Industries, remember, is a manufacturer of the equipments which are used for ethanol. And over there, the Oil Ministry is saying that they're working with dynamic pricing. But, you know, on a blended basis, I think ethanol is blended at a much lower rate than what is already the permissible limit. Right. So despite the, government increasing the percentage of ethanol which can be blended in oil, it's not that companies have reached up to the maximum permissible limit. Now the latest development is that they're working with a dynamic pricing for gasoline blending. Let's see whether that improves the sentiment for ethanol. But for now, it looks like a sentiment positive for Praj Industries.
All right, then let's get chatting with Mr. Krishnan yet again. Mr. Krishnan, what were your disbursements for the past quarter? Could you help us out with that detail? And I'm just looking at your mix, your total book. I think home loans is a very small part of that, but I believe that you're looking to increase that from around, I think it's only around 3%. You're looking to take it to double digits. How you expect to do that? Are you looking at some inorganic growth or something?
Yeah, so the disbursements were 13,200 crores, which were up by 21% Q on Q. And they continue to be strong. As far as the home loan business, we have set it up organically just about just slightly over a year ago. And as the branches mature and get seeded, we expect the growth to ramp up significantly, and we expect that to happen in the current year.
So from
just one final question, Mr. Krishnan. On NIMS, do you have Any particular guidance that you'd like to give us? And secondly, on cost of funds, we've seen that come down on account of a credit rating. Can it further reduce? If yes, the number, please.
We don't give specific guidances, but in general, we definitely expect to maintain the NIM. Cost of funds also, we expect them to continue to come down, actually.
All right, Mr. Krishnan, thanks so much for joining and giving us all those details. So even in a weak market, that stock's still holding in the green, though it's come off considerably from the high point of the day. But time to slip into a short break. On the other side, we'll be joined by Dharmesh Bhatia. He'll give us some commodities trading